It is the first Tuesday of the month, and here on RPG Elite, this is where we're going to get back into our series of RPG Elite philosophy for life. And we are on quality number 7. RPG Elites get together to play the game. Now, we started this last month. I gave you 3 videos that we were going to do in reference to this particular quality. And we're going to apply this to life. So in the last one, we talked about destination. And if you haven't watched that video, the link will be down in the description for you to go ahead and take a look at that, because I'm not going to rehash what I said there. But the first one is destination. We have a destination. Next one is the one that we're going to cover today. So we're going to get into that, right into that. And then at the end of the video, as always, I got the question of the vid because I want to pick your brain. I want to know what you think. So make sure you stick around until the end. And I'm ready to get into this. I am hot on this one, y'all. So let's get ready to rumble and roll 'em. So the first video, we talked about destination. But the question that we have to ask is, how are we going to get there? What's the impetus that's going to push us to that destination, that goal? And the answer is a word that many people just don't like. I would dare say most people don't like. And it's a word that, I don't know, it might as well be a 4-letter cuss word, the way some people kind of react to it. And what's the word? Discipline. Discipline. And I'm going to talk about why people react the way that they do towards that word in a minute. But discipline is what is going to get you to the destination. Because if you don't have this, you are not going to get there. It will not happen. Some people find out that their goals or the destination is really not all that important because they're just not willing to put in the discipline to get to that destination. Not willing to do it. Now, there are myriad reasons for this, which is why you should sit down really and say, do I really want to get to this place? Is this really the destination that I want to go? Is this where I want to end up? Most people don't do that. They say, oh yeah, I want to do it and I want to do that. And because it sounds good, it sounds fun. It's like, hey, and then they try their hand at it in a very lackluster, kind of limp-wristed kind of way. And then when it doesn't work out exactly as they wanted it to work out, they say, oh, well, that doesn't work. I'll give you an example. I'm going to give you 2 examples. I'm going to try to keep it quick, but both of these are kind of real life examples, but one is with me. So I had somebody that I know, and this individual wanted to create a tabletop RPG. It had been working on a thing for like forever, way too long. And at the time, here it is, I'm writing books. And so I said to him, hey, let's hold each other accountable. You're doing the game. I know tabletop RPGs and stuff, and I can help you with that. You can help me with things since, you know, they're kind of closely related. We're still doing books together and all the rest of it. Let's just hold each other accountable to get each other to our destination. Having a buddy, right? So here it is. I'm writing my novels and stuff. And this guy is supposedly supposed to be working on the game. Months later, 6 months later, this dude is on the same section he was when we first started, and I'm finishing up my second novel. And I'm saying to him, bruh, what's going on? And he is giving me every excuse in the book about, oh, it was this and this, that, and the third and whatever. And here's the kicker, y'all. He does not work anywhere else. He did not have employment. So it wasn't like he didn't have the time. That boy would be at home playing video games all day. All day. It was his wife that kind of put him on blast. And I'm just like, man, what are you doing now? That was like 6-7 years ago, something like that. And well, I got 5 novels under my belt, multiple short stories. I'm still waiting on that game. That game still ain't came out. Now I don't talk to the dude anymore, but I'm watching out for his stuff. If I get shocked that he actually has completed something. But this is a lot of people. It comes with novels too. I want to write a novel, and then they find out, oh man, well, maybe I don't want to write a novel because it's a lot of work. It's people with YouTube. This is my second example. It's people with YouTube. They'll say, oh, I want to have a YouTube channel. I want to be you. I want to do this, until they find out, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work. This is more work than what I thought. And oh my goodness, this is hard. Yeah, all of it is hard. Discipline will get you through those times, but your feelings won't get you through those times. And there it is, folks. People are hedonistic because if it doesn't feel great the whole time, then they'll let it go. So this, like I said, their goal really wasn't all that important because they're more addicted to pleasure than they are progress. And so that stuff and a whole bunch of unfinished projects, and all you've got is potential, and that's all it ever is. Potential. Never fulfilled. Why? No discipline. No discipline. All successful people have discipline. Some measure of it, some more than others, but some have a high level of discipline. That's why they are where they are at. Discipline is the doorway to freedom. So if you want to be free in your life, you have to discipline yourself. I like what Alistair Cook said. He's a conservative thinker. And he said this. He goes, liberty is the luxury of self-discipline. Love that quote. I love that quote. Liberty is the luxury of self-discipline. Are you not where you are in your life because of all the external circumstances? This is a victim mentality, by the way. And you're complaining about this, that, and the third. And sure, there's things that happen in our lives that are it's not under our control. Now, we've got a choice. We can cry, whine, moan, and complain about all those things, or we can hunker down and figure out a way to get over that hump and keep on going. That takes discipline. It takes self-discipline. But here's the reason why people don't like the word. Because discipline is coming whether you like it or not. And Alistair Cook, right after he said that, he said this. Check this out. Historically, those peoples that did not discipline themselves had discipline thrust on them from the outside. That is the reason why people don't like discipline, because their encounter with discipline hasn't come from within themselves. It has come from outside of themselves. They don't like it. Well, if you don't like it, then discipline yourself to get to the destination you want to go, so you don't have to constantly experience discipline from outside. That's the way to live in freedom. Freedom. Because this is what this is about. The goal is freedom. And if we want to live free, then discipline is the way to do that. It's not taking all these little side roads, these little tangent side roads in life that lead nowhere because we're distracted, or, well, that's hard, so I'm going to go over here and do that, which is easy. Again, hedonistic. We're doing what feels better. And let me go ahead and just talk about something else right now that I got it on my mind. Happiness is overrated. And let me say that again. Happiness is overrated. Way overrated. You'll hear this. Oh, just do what makes you happy. Said by the person who's not happy. What? Listen, happiness is dependent on happenings. And happiness has nothing to do with discipline. You know what does have to do with discipline? Joy. And that's world apart from happiness. Not the same. I like what the Bible has to say about discipline. This very thing. Discipline in the Bible is a fruit of the Holy Spirit. Discipline. Check it out. Galatians 5:22-23. Here I go. Because y'all know this is where I live. Check it. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy. There it is. There it is. There's that joy. Let's keep going. Peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. Oh, look at what we have here. Self-control. Against such things there is no law. No law. You can't say nothing against this. You know what I didn't find there? Happiness. I didn't find that there. But the two things I found tied together from the Spirit of God is joy and self-control. Isn't that something? Now, why is that? Why do you think that is? Because joy is not dependent on happening. And self-control will get you through to the place where you want to go, that discipline that I'm talking about. And guess what? When you get there, that's where the joy is. Regardless of everything that just happened, it wasn't dependent on that. It was dependent on, I have the ability to make it through, and I'm going to make it through. So happiness is overrated. Way overrated. I got another quote from Abraham Joshua Heschel. He's a Jewish rabbi. But this quote is dopeness. Check this. Self-respect is the fruit of discipline. The sense of dignity grows with the ability to say no to one's self. The reason why people are all mentally discombobulated is because they don't feel in control. And you're probably not, because you let your emotions and feelings lead you everywhere. That's why you're not getting to your destination. But once you inject discipline, then you also inject self-respect. Because now you are changing into a person that you want to be, instead of going around as the person that you don't want to be because of your emotional, spiritual, whatever, immaturity. I want to end this up with a quote by Lou Holtz. Remember him, Notre Dame coach? Listen to what he said. And it's about being a winner. Check it. Winners embrace hard work. I think those two words together today also are like a cuss word. No lie. You know, like Thomas Edison said, what did he say? He goes, most people don't get to where they want to get because it wears overalls and it looks like hard work. Something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly, but it's somewhere in that line. But let me continue this quote right here. He says, they love the discipline of it, the trade-off they are making to win. Losers, on the other hand, see it as punishment. And that's the difference. Oh, that attitude goes a million miles, y'all. A million miles. So how are you going to look at discipline? Are you going to inject it to your life so you can get to the destination where you want to go? Or are you going to sit up there and complain about it and cry victim and cry this, that, and the third? That's the difference between a winner and a loser. Pick your poison. But if you want to get to your destination, there's no avoiding it. Whether it comes from inside or outside, discipline is going to be part of the equation. Oh man, there's so much I could say about this subject. And we all have this problem, right? We all have areas of our lives where we have not disciplined ourselves. There are many things that I know and many things that I do not know. And the things I know the most about are the things that I have disciplined myself to just go all in on. I'll give you three things. Tabletop RPGs, right? I've been doing this for a long time. Also, on top of that, theology. I've been doing that for a real long time too, since '94. And Then there's my marriage, which came very shortly after my theology. So we're talking about 30 years with my theology, 40 plus, maybe I'm giving the high 30s for tabletop RPGs, just because there were a couple years in there where I took a hiatus. And then you've got my marriage, which next month will be 27 years. Now, why did that last? Why did those things last in my life? Answer, discipline. Yeah, I just worked through, because there were days in all of those things that I just wanted to quit them all. Right? Not all at the same time, but at different times. Days where I had sessions where people were just idiots. And I was like, I should just stop playing this because these cats are just wasting my time. Or when it came to things about theology, there were churches that I'd gone through and people, I was like, these people are so out of it. They don't even know what's up. They don't believe what it is that they say they believe. Now, I could have chucked that and left, but I pressed through. I could have quit, but I didn't. And it was the same thing in my marriage. There were hard times in my marriage, but I was determined. I wasn't going to quit the things that I really thought were important. Wasn't going to, and didn't, and haven't. Now, I say all that to say this. You can find things in your life that you have been disciplined about, and you can find things that you haven't been disciplined about. The things that you haven't been disciplined about, are they preventing you from getting you where you want to go? You know this better than anyone. Time to do some self-evaluation, y'all. We'll get to that in a second with the question of the vid. But if you got any value out of this video at all, then you know what I'm going to ask you to do, right? I am going to ask you to crush that like button. Also, if you want to stick around here with the Leet Nation, come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday, God willing. So if you want to do that, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. All right, let's get to that question of the vid. What areas of your life do you lack the discipline that's preventing you from getting you to the destination you want to go? I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all that in that little slide. In my little slide on the bottom here, I'm going to put it in a way that's less wordy. But what's preventing you? What are you struggling with discipline-wise? If you feel like sharing, I mean, don't put all your business out there if it's like real personal. Just don't do that. Just kind of give us a general idea. Now, why do I want to know this? I want to know this because I want to know how I can help. I always feel, I want you guys to know, I want you to know that I want you to feel free to reach out to me, right? Now, it may seem like I'm coming off brusque here because number one, I'm doing this in a very short amount of time. And number two, you know, there's a lot of people who are not where they want to be just simply because they're too hedonistic and lazy and play victim. And if you're like that, don't call me, okay? Because that's the first thing that you need to get up out of, all right? Get out of that first. But if you actually really want some help, or at least some counsel, then that's why I ask these questions of the vid and things like that. On topics like this, obviously, if it's something trivial like for tabletop RPG or something like that, obviously not. But yes, I am here to help. This is going to help your life overall. And of course, that's going to filter down into your tabletop RPG sessions and everything, because if really, at the end of the day, ultimately changes you. All right, folks, that's it. That means I got to skedaddle and slide on out of here and do my snuggle puss.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, if you've got a game this week, happy gaming, y'all. I pray it is an RPG Elite session. Until next time, y'all, it's your boy. It's me, Servant, in the hizzy, about to get on out and say peace. 5,000 leets. I love it. I'm out, y'all.